Hey guys, welcome back to Intimate Talks Part 5. During this segment, we will be discussing ways that we practice self-love on a daily basis.
What are some ways that y'all practice self-love with yourselves? What are some ways that, for somebody that's watching this and they're like, well, I don't know how can I start? How can I go about loving myself?
I started with dating myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I got to a point where I can go to the movies by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can go get something to eat by myself. I don't have to be on my phone.
Yeah.
I can literally sit there, enjoy company, and I realize when I go out, I make friends when I go out.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily friends, but it's like if I go sit at the restaurant, I'll sit at the bar or something. Now me and the bartender, we're talking. She there's a bartender that I go to Hudson Grill all the time. She shares her snacks with me. She's like, girl, I got trail mix today. Because it's like I've gotten to a point where I'm okay with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with being alone.
Yeah.
And it's I don't have to always have a friend with me to go here and there. I can get pretty and I can date myself.
Yeah.
Literally date myself.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to myself. I will literally stand in the mirror. I will run the shower so nobody thinks, what is she? I will run the shower and I will stand in the mirror, whether I cry, whether I'm laughing, and I'm talking to myself.
I've done that.
And I'm like, girl, look at you. Look at you. You can, and I tell myself, you come a long way. Remember, you used to cry in the closet about how much you hated yourself.
Yeah.
And now you're sitting here getting pretty and you're stepping out the house.
Yeah.
I have conversations with myself. I read a lot.
Yeah.
There's this app. It's called Selfish Babe. I don't know if y'all heard of that. But it's like a self-affirmation app.
Mm-hmm.
And I go on it. It's like a few dollars a month. But it's about women empowerment and loving yourself. And it's like cute little daily quotes like, look at where you were yesterday, here you are today.
Wow. Yeah.
And I do different things like that. I'll write in my journal. I'll take pictures.
Yeah.
I'll just get in the mirror and I will literally put on clothes just to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
Yeah.
and I look at them and I'm like, and I realize how beautiful I am.
Yeah.
And realize that at the end of the day, I can't allow myself to fall into worldly trends.
Yeah.
Right.
And I make it okay that I am my own person.
Yeah.
That I am not, okay, everybody's getting injections and everybody has weave and is being a bad girl and hot girl and got sugar daddies and this. And it's like, no, I respect myself. I love myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear my natural hair.
Yeah.
I'm going to, yes, I'm at a place dealing with my weight because I used to breastfeed. So, shitty enough, I lost so much weight. And I'm still trying to figure that out. But it's like, I'm still pretty. I still look at myself at the end of the day, it's not that matters because I got one person to please, and that's the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say it again.
At the end of the day, no, at the end of the day, when I'm on my deathbed or I need someone to look after my kids, I'm going to ask one person. I'm going to pray to one person. And that's all I worry about at this point.
Right. Yeah, I think it starts there, really, because that's where mine started was with God, with praying, with, starting to really sit back and think about, okay, who am I? Finding out who you are, because if you don't know who you are, then you're not going to stand for anything. You're going to allow so many things which will turn into self-hating, not loving yourself. And so you have to find your identity and who you are. What is your purpose? What is the purpose that you are here? Because if you feel like you don't have a purpose, then you're going to start thinking, why am I here? So you start with, who am I? Let me figure that out. What do I like to do? Let me start dating myself. Let me start getting to know me and who I am. Let me cut off some people, or let me just, kind of take a sabbatical, reach out to those close friends, be like, listen, I just need some time. And if they're your friends, they'll understand, girl, just let me know when you're back. Let me know how that journey was for you. And when you come back, then you just feel so different. Like, you don't put up with the things that you used to put up with. You just feel like, that's what I was doing? Okay. You would just start to reflect back on, that's who I was. I had to figure out who God purposed me to be and not who I thought that I was. So that's where my self-love journey really started with that. So it's really journaling, writing, praying and just loving you, getting to know you. Don't ask your friends, who am I? Like, what do I like to do? Because I used to do that. I'm like this, Chelsea, what do I like to do? Like talking to guys. So what do you like to do for fun? What do I like to do for fun? Because I don't know. I'm like, what do we do?
Go out and drink.
Right. I was like, I don't want to say that because it creates some type of notation, you know. So, but I mean, just getting to know who you are to the core, to where I'm like, oh, I know me, and I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna go there just because you want to go. If it doesn't sit right with me, I'm not gonna do it. You know, you just have to learn who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do everything. I mean, I'll clean, first of all. Cleaning really helps me because I feel like it declutters any type of energy, especially spiritually.
Yeah.
I feel like you always feel better after you're
Yeah.
clean. Like, everything is clean.
Like once the house
like
smells
it's
like
like
bleach,
you're
it's like, oh,
it smells clean.
Okay.
You just feel good, like you feel refreshed. You're like, all right, let's move on for the day.
I obviously paint. I do have the benefit of my job being
Yes.
a way to decompress. But also journaling has helped a lot. And I just started journaling last year after I lost my son. Because I had to get it out. And I realized, because I'm not a writer, and I tell people that all the time, I'm not even interested in it. So kudos to you. And people are always like, you should write a book. I'm like, look at these paintings.
Yeah,
right.
These,
Look
this,
at that.
this
This
is my life.
book. Here
Exactly.
You
These paintings are my life. You have visuals. Leave me alone. But I will say writing has helped in the sense of it helps me get the initial thoughts out first so that all the garbage is gone. So then that I can really hear God clearly. And I've often found that I literally have this book and it says make it happen. And it's funny because after I lost my son, people were buying me these journals and I was like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, and they've been so beneficial, but it allows me to literally have these intimate conversations with God, to be completely honest. I think that's one of the most important steps with your self-love and your self-care is being honest with where you are.
Yes. Yeah.
And being honest with yourself, you know, and I think that's a hard thing for people to do because you want to put on this facade that you have it all together. But it's like, how can you get healing if you aren't truthful about it? It's like with Chelsea. It's like she up here lying, telling people I got a virus. What if she told the doctors that she internally dying inside? Like, and it's the same thing. I think once you stop being in denial about who you are and where you are, and looking into what that looks like for you, then and becoming okay with that, then it comes easy to kind of segue into society in a sense, because I'm going to be honest, it's really easy to manipulate people to believe who you are.
Right.
All you have to do is believe it. So it's like, once you believe, you know, there are plenty of stories where people lie, be like, oh, I'm an heiress to this, and you find out they a whole con artist.
Right. Yes.
And you be like, I believed you. She believes her too. Like, and, you know, it's the same thing. Like, you have to get to a point. I'm always preaching about this, being transparent, like being okay with you, asking yourself the questions of what do I need today. Like, I've literally had moments where I'm working, even today, y'all know exactly what I got planned to do. You know, I've been working all week and I was like, you know what, after this I'm going to get some hot wings and I'm going home and I'm watching Memoirs of a Geisha, and it's like, that's what I need. It's a great movie.
It's long. I fell asleep, I think.
It's a good book too. Whatever. But I literally sometimes have conversations with myself and I say, hey girl, what you need today? What you trying to do?
Yeah.
And I'll wait. And I will wait till myself responds and I will do according to whatever that is. You know, it doesn't always have to be monetary. Sometimes it's as simple as just being quiet. Like just really quieting my entirety. I'm lucky enough to have people that I can say, hey, I need 3 days. Like, I do that now. But
it's healthy, guys.
it is.
Yes,
It's really healthy.
it is.
Because they will. It's something about that communication. They really do understand.
They respect it if you
like,
just say it.
I mean, I do it to my mom all the time. I'm like, hey, I've enjoyed the time we spent together, but I need like 3-4 days. And she'll say, okay. And she'll go about her business. But like I said, but I had to be honest with myself about what I needed. And I had to be honest and say, you need to talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Basically. You need to figure some things out. So that's what I do.
I'm like still reflecting over all the goodness you just said. So one of the interesting things about my walk, and I have a husband, so we share a space. So it actually benefited the both of us because we were both kind of going through our own things, but simultaneously, and that can get messy for a whole nother reason.
Yeah.
But if you go into my bedroom still, to this day, on every single mirror, it says, I am enough in red lipstick. Because it was like one night where I just think both of us were at a low. And I was so fed up with each of us feeling at a low and then taking it out on each other. And then it just wasn't healthy. You know what I mean? So I remember being so fed up, grabbing my red lipstick, just like in tears. And I just scrawl it on every surface.
Was it a MAC lipstick?
It wasn't. It was no, the MAC. No, and I got the Ruby.
I was just trying to see how
those are safe.
expensive this
Those are
lipstick.
safe. I think this was like a New York something. You know.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Okay,
gotcha.
I was a little nervous. I was like, wait a minute, sis. I'm all
We're good,
for your
we're good.
transparency, but
So like little like, and those are just those visual, kind of like your app, right? Like that visual reminder, especially when you're in a storm. It's like I just need it in my face.
Yeah, you gotta see it.
right now. And then we just haven't taken it down.
Yeah.
And I don't even mind it at this point. I'm like, yeah, I am enough. You're right, sis.
Yeah.
But beyond that, for me, and this is just current day, my biggest journey and the way that I feed into myself with self-love is actually doing the things that are really hard for me.
Okay.
So I spoke about this earlier. I'm an introvert. I protect my energy. But like little things like giving myself a pep talk and saying, no, Tiana, you're going to go out into a space. You're going to meet people and you're going to feel energized by that. Like you can do this.
Yeah.
And just challenging myself to kind of stretch in the ways that would do me good,
Yeah.
but aren't necessarily super easy for me.
I like
And
that.
being consistent about
Yeah.
it. Because your girl, I swear to y'all, I really can be on the couch for 5 hours and be straight with my dogs. Like, I promise you, I can do it. So, yeah, I would say challenging myself and trying to be consistent about those behaviors. The biggest one for me right now is every morning I wake up and I read my devotional
Okay.
on an app. So I immediately want to go to Instagram, and I literally opened Instagram this morning and I was like, no. And I like swiped up and I went to my app and I read my devotional and I was like, okay, consistency, Tiana.
Right.
Just keep being consistent because that's respecting yourself.
Yeah.
I will say every morning I have to, like, especially if the weekend is kind of busy, like Monday through Friday, get up in the morning, go to work, 45 minutes, I'm listening to sermons or worship music. Like, that is my time. And sometimes, like, I know when I need it when I'm just going through it. I'm like, why am I crying right now? You know, like, I'm just, like, feeling like it was something that I just needed because I haven't been praying. I'm like, okay, I'm tripping. I need to start reading again. I need to start praying. I need to start, when I wake up in the morning, don't go on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's
Wake
hard.
up and, like, just saying, thank you for waking me up just because you didn't have, just things like that. And to make, and my days have been great, and there's some times when I'm like, hey, this is a test. Because, working with people, period. I'm just like, okay, this is a challenge for me because y'all are really, patients coming in, I'm like this. Okay. All right, you're rude. But you know what? I'm not going to show that. That's okay. And so with my job, it's really hard to not be that angry Black woman. So, because I'm the only Black person at my job. So I'm like, okay, so these people are really testing me right now. And like these patients, you just never know what you're going to get. So this guy, he asked me, how do you like your job? I was like, I like it depending on how y'all are treating me today. What depends on the day. He's like, well, how's today? I was like, so far so good, but I don't know what the afternoon has. So I literally have to, because it is a war, because I'm the only Black person there. So people are coming in and it's coming. So I don't know where y'all coming from. And sometimes they don't look too happy to see me, if we're being honest. And I'm just like, okay. I'm going to put on a smile and I'm going to do my job and keep it pushing. So I definitely have to start my day off with my spirits right. So what about you?
Well, if somebody were to ask me, like, so how can I go about loving myself? the first step I would say is to just be self-aware. Like, just kind of start being more mindful, like, in any situation in your life, like whether it's family, whether it's friends, dating, or if you're in a relationship, marriage, like, just be aware of like how you're feeling when things happen, how you react to things, and like just soaking it in. It's almost like taking notes, like you're going to school for yourself. You're learning how you're at university, like you're learning yourself. So I think that the first step is learning yourself, because that helped me a lot. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm anxious about everything. That's a problem. Or like, I'm like, okay, well, this is like making me really upset. Why? Like, just kind of get into the root of things. So I think that would be the first step. And then after that, just giving yourself, like, giving into little things that you like to do. Like, getting hot wings or laying on the couch, like, but within restraints.
Right.
We gotta have a little discipline, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we got bills to pay, we got things to do. So, like, you know, within reason. So, you know, just taking that time for yourself, whether you are single dating yourself, or you are in a relationship, or you are married, you know, you always have to make sure your mental space and emotional space and spiritual is just like, treated. So, I mean, the number 2 things I would say is go to school, go to university, and learn yourself, and then just, you know, give yourself back what you're learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I know I'm like this. I know I like this. I know I don't want to do this. And just constantly remember to feed yourself. So, and for that, I mean, I do a little bit of everything. You know, if I want to go on a walk, I'm going on a walk. If I want to just sit in silence, like sometimes I'll just turn on the, what was that thing? White noise machine and sit in my room. Like, because I'm like, I just need, like, I don't want to hear anything else. Like, I just need to, like, hear myself and God if he's talking to me, and I just need to, like, chill. You know, or I'll just go to Target and walk around. Like, you know, like, I'm like, I don't buy nothing, but yes, it don't matter. Like, I'm like, it's so aesthetically pleasing in here. I'm just gonna walk around. Like, I'll just be in there chilling. So, and those things make me feel good. It makes me love myself. Like, I'm like, you doing you today. You really like feeding into yourself.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Go ahead,
I'm at Target. What are you getting? Nothing.
That's what you're
So why are you there?
Like,
For me,
right?
Because I went to God like this.
Hanging out with myself today.
Right, I'm chilling. Like Chelsea, I go to movies by myself all the time, and I actually really enjoy it. Get me them little popcorn. Get me a little drink. I done spent $30 already, but I don't be
Right.
because I said it's time for the budget for me.
AMC on Tuesdays got half off tickets.
I need to put
AMC
that
on Tuesdays, download the app, sign up to be a free member.
But this has been fun. I really enjoyed all of our conversations, and I think it will be very beneficial to those who watch. So thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you for tuning in.